Okay, so funny story. I'm doing a skills recap today for all the clients that are in, and it's the same thing from Frankie to Gus. Now, what I love about Mr. Gus and the differences between the two is Gus is definitely your sweetheart. I mean, Frankie is too, don't get me wrong, but Gus just has that like, okay, what are we doing? Okay, let's do this. Hi, handsome. He is ready to listen, he's ready to go, but when he gets ramped up, that's where it's, hey, I need you to back off a little bit. Hey, I need you to focus for a second. Come on. When you're walking him by himself, I would still recommend Desco Boy. He's got the auto sit down pretty well, which is fantastic. But what I would recommend is put him on belt leash with you and walk around the house. Even if Frankie's being kind of a goofball around you, it's nope, come on, Gus. Yes. When we look for therapy dog behaviors, what we want to see is a sit. We want to see a down. Good. We want to see a leave it. Leave it. Which is this. Treat is like a foot away from him. Okay. I'm okay with a little bit of and then back to it. We can be touched everywhere, which is not a problem for this guy. The one thing that we do need to kind of not break, but be mindful of is he can't do the mouthiness, he can't do the jumping. So as soon as he's getting love, he's like, yes, and does this. And that's where, hey, I need you to sit, go boy. So as he gets love from people, if he gets a little too rambunctious, hey, Gus, sit, good. Can I get him back in a calm, focused state? The other thing, yes, good boy. The other thing that, let's get this off. One of the other things that we have to test for when we do therapy dog work is, can they handle distractions? So sometimes evaluators will use loud things, which he is fine with. We're going to take it. Okay. It could also be, a notebook falling on the ground, a chair falling. No issues with him. So if I take the chair, can I? Yes, good boy. Yes, you have your Frisbee. You're going to check out the chair. This general friendliness, it's 100% what we look for in temperament testing. The other thing is that loose leash walking skills by themselves. Okay, we're not doing this. Thank you. It's loose leash skills by themselves. It's okay to have a little bit of tension and release. We don't need crazy pulling if you can get him to refocus on you, which by himself, he's got 100%. Having some patience on asking him to sit and listen is a piece. And when you see dogs, what the test looks for is dog neutrality. So if I have a dog, you have a dog, we come up to each other, we can prep him to sit, you shake hands with that other person, and then, okay, let's go. And he can walk away. It doesn't have to be, okay, go say hi and sniff. It really can be like, can you sit? Good. I'm putting my space, leaning out to that person and back. So just so you can see from a side perspective, sit, I step this way, the other person's over here. So you really have almost 4 or 5 feet between him and the other dog, as long as he can do this. And you can tell him leave it while he's doing it. Okay, good boy. He's ready for his therapy dog testing. From a public access standpoint, yes. He's a little nosy. We lean a little bit, but especially if he's going to be a facility dog, if he's going to be a therapy dog, I'm okay with that. It's just something to be aware of as you do your handling skills. Sit, leave it, name game, place and come, he has down. Now, the one thing I would recommend on place is building up our duration and distractions. So when you put him on place, let's get you in camera view, sit, place. Can you, take a ball and drop it? Can you take a toy and drop it? And it's okay to tell him, leave it. Can I take a toy or treat? Leave it. Leave it. Good boy, Gus. Can you walk around? When we talk about testing, this is a hard pass, like a really good hard pass. But when we're talking about practicality, can you, like if you're at a job site or if you're at a facility site, can you ask them for a place, walk out, and then, okay, yes, good boy. He's like, I'm going to collect those 2 treats and then I'm going to say hi. But greeting people and things along those lines, I would say what we're focusing on next is practicing saying hi, practicing saying hi in a controlled manner, and also having a lot of starts and stops. When we take dogs to work, when we take dogs to visit people or reading things, when they realize they have a vest on and, hey, these are the expectations, sometimes it's a lot of commands the first couple iterations, but then they really settle in and just, hey, like he is right now. Oh, good boy. That's a good boy. Come on, sit. Yeah. Now, when we do the test, we are not going to have any treats, but while you do your therapy visits and things along those lines, you can have treats. They just want to make sure that your dog can listen, whether they have a motivation or not. He definitely can listen with that motivation. And you can have treats in your pocket through the test, but he doesn't get to have them. So you can do it before and after, but it's like, hey, I need you to focus. He has the neutrality part down. The reactivity, the more that you practice with him, and especially when we have both boys together, that's where he kind of gets a little persnickety. It's just about, hey, I need you to focus. Hey, I need you to check in. He has it. It's in there. He really has shaped up a lot. And watching you guys come in the mornings has been phenomenal. You making them wait and sit and you having the patience for that really is translating in, oh, right, we have to listen to mom. I don't just get to push my way through. He's doing a phenomenal job. Yeah, you're doing a great job. Disco boy. Disco boy. I don't know if we talked about some fun commands, but some of the fun commands that we can do are like touch. So flat hand. He does a nose bump. Yes, good boy. Touch is a great opportunity for redirection. It's also an introduction to trick training or skill training. We can also work on a paw. Yes, good boy. So what I like to do is offer a hand. I'll do, ooh, let me back up a little bit so you can see that. Can you sit? Good. Yes, paw. Yes, good boy. Can we do that again? Paw? No. Yes, thank you. I always mess dogs with paw, so I'll like have my hand and they touch it, I'll reward. And then I take my hand and they touch it, and then I'll put my thumb on top of their paw and do a squeeze squeeze. I'll start really messing with their toes and paws just so they get comfortable with, it doesn't matter what happens with it, I've done it. You can also do touch, yes, paw, yes, paw, touch, yes. You can do a skill challenge. Can you go back and forth between a touch and a paw, a touch and a paw? You can also do it between a sit, down, sit, yes, down, sit. I like to call them puppy push-ups. Can they go up and down, up and down, up and down? You can also train something fun like a stand command. Come on. Yes. Essentially what you're going to do is put that treat right by his nose, and like if his nose was attached to the treat with a string, we're just going to pull till that back end comes up. So sit. Yes. Good boy. That's a stand. Stand. Yes. So can we do a sit, stand, stand. Oh, there we go. Get those hips moving, kiddo. Good. We can also do a spin or an around command. Now, when we teach bilateral movements, if we teach body mechanics, we want to have a left and a right side. Unless you only want one side, dogs tend to get stuck in routine. So come here, buddy. So if we're going to teach him how to spin, yes, good boy. We also want to make sure that we can go the other way around. So it's left and right spins. Yes, it's a good Bubba. You were not going to go into a sit after the spin. Come on. Ready? Spin. Yes. Eventually, we can take those spin commands and turn them into go around. So going around an object like a traffic cone. So here's the traffic cone. Come here. Ready? No. Yes. Good boy. So all I'm essentially doing is luring him. Go around. Yes. Come on. Come on. Do it again. Yes. Come on. Yes. So if we think of the traffic cone as a clock, 6 o'clock being where your body is, can we go 6, 9, 12, 3, 6? Or, the other way. Having him learn, I go around the objects. Once we get comfortable with that, then can you send him to go around? Same thing like with a place bed. Can you send him to place? Gus, go to place. That's your half on it. Thank you, place. So can we go on to the target that I asked you to go on? Both of your boys will push boundaries and like, I have a hand or a paw, I'll have my butt on it, but my feet are off of it. I'll have all but three legs, but one on it. They'll push your boundaries in just kind of comical ways. Like his chest was on it, but his butt wasn't. Okay, good boy. Yes. But having these other skills, even if you're not really having to actively reinforce leave it or come or place, teaching a touch, working on a go around something, going on a spin, are all things that build his confidence, but also kind of keep him young. I know we're making the ageist jokes a little bit, but the more that we get to mentally engaged and thinking, we're building up his neuroplasticity. It's like we as humans need, dogs need it too. So he can definitely love on people, but also, hey, I need you to focus while we love on dogs or love on kids. But let me know if you have any questions. I'm really kind of excited to mess with him on the stairwells to see what's going on there. But otherwise, let me know if you have any questions.